What do you think is the most popular high school football mascot in the country? Is it the Titans? Is it the Cougars up there in Crosstown? Is it the Bulldogs or Devil Dogs, as we learned about from Ryan McGee in episode 1? No, it's none of them. They're not even in the top 3. The most popular mascot in the country is the Eagles. That makes sense. It's America. It's our national bird. It's the bird of our national high school football pastime, our national pastime, one could argue. 1,229 high schools go by the Eagles. I, too, was an Eagle at Collins Hill High School, class of 2008. Go Eagles. Number 2, the Tigers. 879 Tigers out there. And we got 827 Panthers rounding out the top 3. Now, occasionally here on Go Fight Win, I will shine a spotlight on the mascots that don't get all that acclaim, the unique ones, the ones that you don't hear about every Friday night, the ones that have something a little special, something a little extra to give. So let's start this series here in Michigan with the Goodrich Martians. No, they're not aliens, and they want you to know about it. Oh, buddy, do they want you to know they're not aliens? They are trying to set the record straight. They got a blurb here on their website, and this is what it says. The Martians, where did you ever get a name like that? Why would anyone want to be named after little green men from outer space? This is in quotation marks. These are the kinds of questions that Goodrich is preparing the Martian faithful to get used to. You're going to go out there in the world and people are going to ask you, why is your high school football team a dadgum alien, son? Well, Goodrich tries to clear it up. Because of our unique name, Goodrich students are often faced with questions and comments like these. We know that the term Martian does not refer to space aliens at all, but rather to Mars, the Roman god of war. Now, that's pretty cool, but you're kind of gaslighting us a little bit. You know that people are going to think about aliens, all right? We're not going to apologize for that. The story comes from the 1930s. Goodrich was then known as the Goodrich Gladiators. Some good alliteration. Doesn't really stand out, though. And at that time, Goodrich was a farming community, and the school system had the official title of Goodrich Rural Agricultural Schools. GRASS. Doesn't really roll off the tongue. So the Martian name was adopted in the 1930s because in Roman mythology, Mars was an agricultural deity as well as a warrior. People weren't really talking about aliens. They weren't talking about Martians at that point. If you did, you might have gotten a lobotomy. So 50 years later, they dropped the rural agricultural thing from the name. That's smart, kind of an oxymoron there, a little redundant. I don't think that's what oxymoron means, but we're going to keep going. So Goodrich still has many small farms, and the Martian warriors have to be reckoned with on the playing field and in the classroom. Do not be mistaken about this. The Roman god of war, Mars, will tell you to do your math homework. It's not negotiable. And they wrap up the blurb like this. Whether it's explaining the Martian name or updating the curriculum, administration, staff, and students at Goodrich High School are all involved. All are involved. This is not a question. All are involved in the process of setting it straight. This is all in caps. They do not want to be known as aliens. I don't know what they got against the people up there on Mars, but do not call Goodrich the aliens. They're just Martians, all right? And they're out there in the fields working on a 2-0 record right now. They started out the year with the perfect season. Go Martians, definitely not aliens.